your limbs falter. First, these 5 green foods are used by the elderly to strengthen themselves. After standing for a long time, do you ever find your limbs weak, tired, or shaking? Have you noticed that climbing stairs seems harder than it used to be? Or that your footing isn't as steady as it used to be? If so, you are not alone in your situation. To watch helpful videos, please subscribe to the channel. It hath been revealed through diligent study that 1 in 3 adults beyond the age of 50 doth encounter a measure of muscle loss, which may give rise to frailty and troubles of movement. If left to fester, this peril doth heighten the chance of tumbles, which bring forth more than 3 million visits to the emergency chamber each year amongst the elder folk. Lo, the tidings be fair, for thou needst not costly potions, nor a feast abundant in protein to maintain the strength of thy legs. The proper fare of the vegetarian kind may invigorate thy muscles, enhance the flow of thy blood, and vanquish weariness, all in a manner most natural. Abide with me until the final hour, for today I shall unveil 5 potent victuals of the vegetarian kind, which shall aid thee in preserving robust and steadfast limbs for many a year hence. Let us leap forthwith into the fray. The document continues with more detailed exploration of each vegetarian sustenance, expanding on their benefits, historical context, and practical applications. Additional sections elaborate on ancient remedies, philosophical reflections on health, and poetic interludes celebrating the vitality of strong limbs. The content weaves together wisdom from various traditions, enhancing both the informative and literary appeal of the piece. Behold the 5th sustenance, spinach, a verdant bastion robust in its gifts for sinew and skeletal fortitude. Spinach, thou art not merely a leaf cast into a salad's embrace. Verily, it is a mighty force for fortifying thy limbs with strength. Brimming with iron, magnesium, and calcium, it doth nourish thy muscles and fortify thy bones, thus enabling thee to remain vigorous and full of life. Iron doth ensure that thy leg muscles receive the vital breath of oxygen, thus warding off the specters of fatigue and weakness. Magnesium doth labor in the shadows, quelling the torment of cramps and ensuring thy nerves do spark with proper vigor. Moreover, calcium and vitamin K doth conspire to fortify thy bones, aiding in the prevention of fractures and the dread malady of osteoporosis. How dost thou incorporate the verdant spinach into thy daily repast? Cast forth fresh spinach into thy salads, wraps, or sandwiches, that thou mayest reap an effortless bounty of nourishment. Combine it with yon banana and almond milk, thus crafting a refreshing potion most delightful. With garlic and olive oil, let it dance upon the flame, a swift and savory companion to thy feast. But a mere handful of servings each week may grant thee strength and vigor anew. Behold the 4th sustenance, lentils, the finest sustenance derived from nature's bounty, most noble for the mending of sinews and the fortification of the flesh. If thy limbs doth feel feeble, perchance thou art lacking in sufficient protein. Therein lies the entrance of lentils. These diminutive yet formidable legumes doth abound with iron, potassium, and fiber, rendering them a splendid source of plant-derived sustenance to invigorate thy muscles. How dost lentils aid in fortifying thy legs? Lentils, those humble legumes, doth abound in protein, a boon to the weary flesh, mending the sinews and guarding against the waning of strength. Iron doth sustain thy vigor, ensuring the flow of life's essence, whilst magnesium and potassium, in harmonious accord, doth fortify thy sinews and avert the torment of cramping limbs. What is the proper way to consume lentils? Make a rich and calming lentil soup that is enhanced by a symphony of spices and an abundance of veggies. Once cooked, add lentils to your salads or grain bowls to add a protein boost to your plates. Savor a hearty and aromatic lentil curry that is loaded with spices. Lentils not only strengthen your muscles, but also help to stabilize the sweet essence of your blood, which keeps your energy levels steady all day. Behold the 3rd sustenance, almonds, a treasure trove of strength and endurance. Rich in protein, vitamin E, and omega fatty acids, almonds doth mend and nourish thy sinews, lending thee fortitude to face the trials of the morrow. Verily, these nuts doth strengthen thy bones, ensuring that thy frame remains steadfast and unyielding against the burden of passing years. How dost thou partake of almonds? Soak them overnight and break thy fast with them, unlocking their fullest potential. Grind them into a paste, blending them into nourishing concoctions to enhance thy vigor. Cast them into thy repasts, whether in salads, porridge, or even in baked delights, that thou mayest bask in their mighty boon. Behold the second sustenance, bananas, nature's own energy-bearing fruit. They doth contain potassium, magnesium, and natural sugars, bestowing upon thee swift restoration and renewed strength. If thy limbs doth quake in fatigue, a banana doth serve as a balm, replenishing thy reserves and ensuring smooth movement. How dost thou partake of bananas? Partake of them whole, or blend them into refreshing elixirs with milk and honey. Mash them into porridge or bake them into wholesome breads, allowing their nourishing embrace to sustain thee throughout the day. And finally, behold, the first sustenance, oats, the grain of might. Oats doth fortify thy endurance and sustain thy vigor, bestowing upon thee slow-releasing energy to endure the trials of the day. Their fiber and nutrients lend strength to thy limbs, preventing weakness and weariness. How dost thou partake of oats? Craft a warm and hearty porridge, enriching it with fruits and nuts. Blend them into thy baked goods or fashion them into granola bars for swift sustenance. Additional vegetarian foods are covered in more detail in later parts, along with preparation techniques, historical narratives, and nutritional data. The book grows to incorporate literary embellishments that increase interest, anecdotes from wise sages, and traditional therapeutic techniques. This is only a small portion of the wisdom that will be revealed. Follow me through to the finish to learn about the remaining foods that will give you endurance, strength, and vitality. Tell me, please, which of these foodstuffs you plan to include in your meal first. Post your thoughts in the space provided below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you find this video helpful. It will help you get more health-related advice. Let us salute to limbs strong and full of vitality, Hark.